Diamond Matter channel, welcome. Right, today is a bit of an unusual video for my channel, but I want to put to rest. I want to end a lot of myths and misunderstandings about what a certain part of a faceted gemstone is called. You know, if you look at a brilliant cut stone from the side, it goes down to a point, yeah, the bottom goes down to a point. That point, I was taught when I started my apprenticeship, is called a culet. And once when I was at college, I referred to it as a culet, and the guy next to me laughed. He's like, what are you talking about? It's a culet. And then someone else laughed and said, no, it's a culet. So we were all kind of laughing with each other that we were meant to be like training in jewellery. We couldn't agree on what this part of gemstone was called. But since then, it's given me like sort of like a bit of childhood trauma from that. So since then, I've been kind of aware that people disagree on what to call it. So you may even have heard me say it in previous videos, just call it the point, and then everybody knows what you're talking about. But my original training it's a French word, and it's called a culet. And that made sense to me because, you know, in the jewellery trade, pave set diamonds, pave is a French word, it's pavement. We don't call it pave. Baguette, we don't call it baguette, we pronounce it like the French word that it is, baguette. So yeah, it made sense to me that the culet, the culet was to be pronounced culet. It made sense to me. L-E-T on the end, A, as they say in the French language. So I thought, let's put it to bed, let's find out for once and for all what actually we're meant to be calling it. So that's what this video is about. And I'm going to get into it. I've just said thank you to a new patron yesterday, Victoria Chen. Thank you very much, Victoria. Asking for patrons, the usual, us YouTubers go on about. The financial contributions really mean a lot to us and enable us to make the videos and share more of what we're experts in, and which will help you learn what we already know. So yeah, thank you very much to all the patrons. If you do want to become a patron, there's a link in the description. It's patreon.com/diamouter. You get shout out on the next upload after you join. You get access to the new YouTube videos 2 weeks before they go public on YouTube. And classic and official patrons will get access to all the full instructional guides. And there's 30 of them now. And the official patrons, which is the top tier, they get ability to message me, and I help people out with their private jewellery making things they've got going on, and we message each other. There's a nice little world we created with each other. So yeah, if you want to become a patron, supports the channel, but also I give back to you with these benefits as well. So anyway, right, let's get into this video. Okay, so first thing Google gave me, I typed in culet, gave me Merriam-Webster's definitions. It's got how to pronounce culet. Culet. And then there's two. Culet. There you go. So that's a very English pronunciation of the spelling of the word. A little bit more about it. Word history, etymology. It's French. It's a French word. From cull, backside. From lattice, cullus, akin to Old Irish cull, back. First known use 1678. So then I thought about ChatGPT. Okay, let's see what AI comes up with. So I just wrote, tell me about the word culet. Culet. The word culet has a specific meaning in the field of gemology. It refers to the small facet or point at the bottom of a gemstone, a cut gemstone, usually found on the pavilion or underside of the stone. The culet is essentially the lowest point of a gem's pavilion and is often faceted to prevent damage and enhance the stone's overall appearance. Okay, so we know it's the little point underneath the stone. Historically, it was a practical purpose. Old-fashioned cut stones, basically less likely to chip the stone if it was a little flat there. Yeah, they tried to remove it. It's better for the brilliance of a brilliant cut stone if you can get it to a point. So then I asked it, where does the word culet come from? And the answer was, the word culet originates from the old French term culette, which means little bottom or little backside. The old French word itself is derived from the Latin word culus, meaning buttocks or bottom. Over time, the word culet became to be specifically associated with a small facet or point on the bottom of a cut gemstone. It's pretty evident that it is a French word, an old French word. So I asked ChatGPT, how do French people pronounce the word culet? In French, the word culet is pronounced as culet. Q is pronounced as Q, similar to the English word Q, but with a shorter Y sound, so Q. Let or lay is pronounced as lay, where the E is pronounced as a short E sound, similar to the E in the English word let, so E. So we've got culet. Putting it together, pronunciation is close to culet in English, with the stress on the second syllable. Culet. There you go. And then just to see what it said about the meaning of the word. What does culet mean? In French, the word culet refers to the rear or posterior part of something. It's often used to describe the backside or bottom of a person or object. However, it can also have other meanings depending on the context. For example, in the context of gemstones, culet refers to the small flat facet at the bottom of a cut gemstone. So yeah, nice to know that. So what I was told at the beginning of my apprenticeship about it being a French word, it being pronounced culet, was correct, it seems. So I'm going to more confidently use that in the future from now on. But yes, I just wanted to find out once and for all and make a video about it, more for me than for you. But it is interesting, if you research the history of words, you learn a lot of things, and just things sort of connect meanings of different words. You've got this word and it means certain things and parts, and it all makes sense when you actually research things. People who were clever at school, went to posh schools, more likely studied Latin, and they would have more of a good idea about the origins of words and the English language and stuff. So I didn't get that benefit. Didn't listen to school. Even if I did go to posh school, I wouldn't have learned it. But yeah, it is interesting when you find out the history of stuff and find out why things are called what they're called. And today, learned a little bit about the word culet. So culet it is. Thanks for watching.